Well, guys, it looks like these companies, we've already had Ubisoft, kind of hint at a game coming out for the Switch, and honestly, it looks like some other companies basically want to tell us what game they're working on, but they're not allowed to. Maybe it's part of the trailer that's going to be in January or something, or the presser. But EA, the CFO, Blake Jorgensen, came out and basically said that they are porting a game to the Switch, okay? And they seem to think it's not like a little game. They're saying it's one of their bigger franchises, essentially, that they're going to port straight up to the Switch. Now, this is an interesting quote here, because they make sure we know it's a big game. It's not like a little game. It's like one of their bigger ones. And they're telling us they're porting it, which means it's coming from the Xbox One or the PS4 to the Switch. They're porting it straight up. And this is pretty cool, because this should give a lot of people who are looking towards the Switch, who are excited for it, it should give them a little bit of hope, because this is telling us that a game can be ported from the PS4 and the Xbox One to the Switch. Now, it's going to depend on the game, because when they say one of their bigger games, their bigger franchises, that can mean a couple things, guys. It could mean like a Madden, and I hope that's not the case, because the Switch is coming out in March, and football season's over by then. It's been over about a month at that point, you know? And Madden will do not much on the Switch. There's no reason to even bring it over. NBA Live makes no sense, because that's essentially, at this point, guys, like a second-tier franchise compared to NBA 2K series. Okay, and FIFA is probably the most likely of the sports games, because soccer or football, if you're over in Europe, is year-round. You can pretty much say, you know, it's indoor, it's outdoor, whatever. There's football going on. And I would say FIFA out of the sports games is the most likely. I don't think it's a sports game, though, guys. I don't think they would come out and say, oh, it's not announced, you know, it's a game that hasn't been announced yet, and it's one of our bigger titles, because there would be fan backlash. Okay, guys, if it was FIFA, as much as I'm sure people are fans of soccer games and everything, FIFA in general, it would not make sense to do that. There would be some fan backlash. People would be, you know, hyped up for something great, and then it comes out and it's a game like FIFA that does not take much to port. They could have put it on the 360 and PS3, I'm sure. And, you know, moving it over to Switch is not a big deal. But my thoughts on this, okay, guys, I'm thinking, maybe it's a little bit of hope here, but I'm thinking it's going to be Mass Effect, okay? And there's also a couple people out there who are guessing it's Battlefield or it's Titanfall. I don't think it's either of those, okay? And it could be. I'm not saying it's definitely not, because we still don't know what it is, but it could be. I'm thinking it's Mass Effect for a couple reasons. I mean, we had Mass Effect 3 on the Wii U, and it played okay. I mean, it wasn't a big deal. It played all right, which gives me some hope that you can port it from, you know, you can port it from PS4 and Xbox One, and you can bring it over to the Switch. And I'm almost positive, I'd have to double check, but I'm almost positive Mass Effect made it onto mobile platforms too. Yeah, we did have a Mass Effect game on the mobile devices. It was called Mass Effect Infiltrator. And it played very similar to Mass Effect. It was like a third-person style game where you ran a cover and everything and played through it. So Mass Effect has actually already been on a mobile device, guys. It's not new to have it on the Switch, which would be using a mobile processor. So this is completely doable, and this is giving me some hope that we may see Mass Effect Andromeda on the Switch. And that's actually a big deal, guys. If that comes out at launch, because remember, it's slated to come out a little before then, if it comes out at launch for the Switch, that would actually really help move units. That, a Mario game, like I said, another third-party, probably sports game or something, but Andromeda is a big deal, because that is a big first-party, well, not first-party, a big third-party title that would give it some support. Maybe some other third parties look at it and realize, hey, we can port stuff from the PS4 and the Xbox One to the Switch. But we don't know. We don't know what they're talking about, so it's basically up in the air, speculation. We can guess the end of time, but we won't know until they tell us, okay? So at this point, I'm thinking it's Mass Effect Andromeda. I think we'll see it at the January presser. It might be a surprise, maybe it'll leak before, but I'm pretty confident it's Mass Effect Andromeda. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's a sports game? Do you think we're just going to be super disappointed? It's FIFA, you know, it's Madden. I hope it's not Madden, but it's FIFA, it's Madden, something like that. But definitely leave a comment down below, guys. Let me know what you think it is, okay? I'm really curious. And definitely like the video if you liked it. And subscribe. Like I said, we're having all kinds of contests, so definitely subscribe so you can be entered. And I will see you guys next time.